Hello, hello, hello. It's time for my favourite time of the week, which is the Sunday night interview. And tonight I am really particularly excited because we have the amazing Andrea Detchon come on while she's still trying to come on. We know how it works now. We've got it all figured out. We spent the entire afternoon figuring it out, so she will be here soon. But while she's making her way, I'm just gonna talk and talk and talk. And here she is, because she's a. I'm just gonna quickly say how we met. It's a. Oh, God. It says declined. Did I decline you? Maybe I declined. See, I'm not letting anyone in. This is my video, my interview. I'm interviewing myself tonight.
I'm here.
um, Hello. So, let me finish my story. No, the story, how we met is actually really simple because we met at a networking event. And yeah, that was the story. There is there's nothing more to it. That was it. No, because Andrea is the most amazing and the happiest person I have ever met, and I am sure she will make you just as happy as she makes me. Um, it's obviously quite warm where she is. She's in the sunny south. No, where are you?
Yeah, I'm just in Bracknell. It's like we've got the central heating end
That's
turned up a bit.
actually sunny north from here. Cool. So, Andrea, why don't you introduce yourself?
So yeah, sorry, makeup. I was like, yeah, I've got bags of time, and then I was like, oh! And so then I've been rushing around. I even like how
It's just
crazy is
women. We're just among each other.
I put perfume on. I was like, I've got
I can
it.
smell it. No, you look lovely. You look absolutely lovely.
So yes. Oh, I was going to turn the light up. Oh no, I can't. Right. So yeah, so I'm Andrea Detchon. My business is called The Joy Scientist. My background is science and manufacturing, technology, all the really exciting stuff. And then I found out I was more interested in how people work and think. And so I started on my journey to finding happiness, and then realized it was more than just about being happy. It was about joyful living. So that's kind of where I am now, spreading the joy around.
Okay. And that's what the Joy Scientist, so that's your business, that's what it's all about, helping people find their joy and their happiness.
Yes. Yeah, so it's
Excellent.
the way I work, it's like thinking about your what is your joy formula? So what are the parts of your life that fit together to make your whole self and your whole life as joyful as it can be?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not, as you say, it's not just one area in your life that needs to be perfect, but it kind of needs to be the whole part. So, your business and your relationships, your life, your friendships, and so on. And so
Yeah.
yeah, that's a great work. How long have you been doing that?
So full time for about oh, what did we say? 5 and a bit years now. But I've been doing it kind of as well as doing a full time corporate job for probably another 10 years on top of that. Um, and I suppose that's my story is, I was in corporate world and stressed and depressed and not really knowing what to do with myself or how to get well to begin with. And then, yeah, the doctors offered me these tablets, and I was a bit like, I work in the industry that makes these and I know about them. And I was just
Mm.
like, I'm sure I'm not that ill. Famous last words. And I was like, right, I'm going to go on a mission to find another way. And so that's what it is for me. It's finding another
Cool.
way and finding what works for me, and then sharing, stuff that works for me and stuff that doesn't work for me but might work for somebody. Because we're all individuals, and while, as you know, I found laughter And that was one of the kind of last sort of keys to me being able to leave work, was to be able to laugh for no reason and laugh for health and wellness benefits.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I forgot to say at the beginning, sorry, if you have any questions, you people out there watching, just post them. And I think, Andrea, you can see questions too, right? Or is it
I
just
think so.
me?
I can see that Tamsin has joined us.
Yeah, and Alexandra's watching as well. So,
Yeah, I missed
hello,
that one. That was
Tamsin.
gone up onto my because then it says that I've joined, and I'm like,
Okay,
oh,
now I was just wondering how it works, if you can see questions as well.
oh my
Or
God.
if it's just because I'm the boss.
Yeah,
I'm the
you
boss
can
of questions.
filter the questions when they go, who is this crazy woman?
Exactly.
And
Not
you'd be like,
important, not important, not important. Too hard. Cool. So you said it. One of the things you found is laughter.
yeah,
So you discovered laughter yoga. And yeah, so for everyone out there that has never heard of laughter yoga before, give us a quick, well, first the explanation and then maybe a demonstration.
yeah. So laughter yoga was designed by this chap back here, who is Dr. Madan Kataria. He's a medical doctor from India, and he recognized that laughter was good at helping people to heal from diseases and when they were in hospitals. And there's a big clown movement in America that he'd seen happening and was wondering, why that was working. So he did his own investigations into it as well and found that not only could you use it to help you heal and get better, but you could use it as a positive thing. It has, oh, someone's
Sorry,
around.
sorry, it's me. I'm so unprofessional. Sorry, turn it off, turn it off.
So,
That's a fine for me.
so he, on recognizing that there was health benefits even when you weren't ill, he tried to start other people and encourage other people to do it. It didn't go so well to begin with, and there's some funny stories around that. And then he went and had to think about how to do it, and he realized that just laughing for no reason is the best way to get the health benefits. I'd seen it on the telly, and I'd seen a couple of things online about it as well. I think like Michael Palin maybe had gone to India and ended up in the park in Mumbai where everybody was doing it first thing in the morning. And I was like, oh my God, that just looks like so much fun. And having Googled it and seen some videos of quite crazy people laughing and dancing and laughing, I was like, you know what, I'm still really interested in this. And so found that there were some courses in the UK running. And I met Lottie, who is one of the kind of leading laughter people in the UK, and went along, having never done the laughter before, to this 2 or 3 day course to learn how to do laughter yoga. And so basically it is encouraging yourself to laugh. So you start off generally by doing the laughter exercises. Then what happens is your natural laughter takes over. You get the health benefits. So the health benefits are, so because you're breathing, sorry, you haven't quite got the perspective. You're breathing deep from in your lungs, you're using your diaphragm. It's like having an aerobic exercise because you're doing this deep breathing and it's getting that oxygen into your blood a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently. Your breath becomes longer and your stress indicators come down. So if you've got high blood pressure, it'll bring your blood pressure down. However, if you've also got low blood pressure, it can normalize your blood pressure. So reduces stress, reduces depression, generally makes your blood better and you feel better. And it's like an aerobic exercise. Oh God, one of my favorite things to say is you can laugh for 15 minutes of deep belly laughter, or you can spend half an hour on a rowing machine. The same
Ooh.
aerobic workout.
I would take the laughter any day, any time.
And I quite like going on a rowing machine, but I was just like, the laughter's for me. So what we
No.
tend to do is we start off by teaching or introducing to people how to laugh. So
Okay.
I'll teach you the different laughter sounds. And
Okay.
so hopefully
I
people
need to
are
sit up
doing
for
it.
this. I feel like I need to sit upright for this.
Yeah, so you
And
need to be able to
you've
have
got
your,
in my
your kind
house.
of shoulders moving a little bit.
Everyone watching, you have to do this as well. No excuses.
Yeah. So there's four main laughter sounds, and yes, you keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. The first one that we teach, or the first one that I teach, the way that I teach it, is the ho laughter sound, which is like a Santa laugh. And I do apologise for my accent when I get really excited. It gets a bit stronger when I'm from the northeast. So some of my vowel sounds are a little bit different to some of the southerner vowel sounds. But
Okay,
ho,
no,
as in Santa. So it sounds like this. Ho, 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 ho. 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 Right. You can't see my arms, but my arms are... Hang on. I do a better description from over here. So I'm going like this. Your arms out to the side, and you're kind of going ho 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 ho.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ho 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 ho.
Yes. Ho 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 ho.
Like Santa Claus. Like
So when we're doing
Santa.
laughter yoga,
Ho ho ho.
we also have a couple of little phrases that we do that help us to know when an exercise is finishing and when we're moving on. Because sometimes you find that the exercises don't really work with certain groups. Some people get tired of them before others, and some people are just like not able to join in. So my favourite thing to do, and anybody who's ever met me and heard this talk before and listened to me doing this knows this, and it's called very good, yay.
Okay.
So what we do is we do a clapping as well. So you clap and say, very good, very good. Then you do thumbs up in the air, yay!
Yay!
Very good, very good, yay! So that's how we know to finish. The next laughter sound.
Natasha, I hope you're doing that as well.
Comes from the middle of your belly. It's like your solar plexus sound. And this is the sound that most people laugh at. It's ha. So just HA or HAA, depending on how big your hat is. And it just sounds like this. Very good, very good, yay! Very good, very good, yay! So,
right.
Is one of my favorites when I'm doing it in serious networking groups, because it's the heat laughter sound, and heat is like the giggling sound. And one of the best things is in a bunch of serious people is to find the gigglers, and the gigglers absolutely just make it. So the giggling laughter sound comes from around your throat, and it's he. So it sounds a bit like this. Very good, very good, yay!
Very good, yay! Hey, we succeeded in making Natasha laugh.
And then we've got the last laughter sound, which I always feel like a little bit like an owl, like it's coming out the top of my head, and it's whew. So it sounds like this. Very good.
Very good. Yay! Very good. Yay!
So now you all know how to laugh.
Okay. Cool.
So now
which one's your favourite? Do you have a favourite out of the four?
It's probably the giggling one, but I think I switch between hat and he quite a lot.
Yeah.
But that's just the basics. Now you know how to laugh. Now we can start to do the laughter exercises. And there's so many different laughter exercises for everything. So one of my favourite ones is called the milkshake laughter, and it's one of the quite more widely known ones. So you imagine that you've got two containers, one in each hand. I really need to get my perspective right. And you basically pour one in, ooh, and then the other side, ooh, and then you imagine that you're shaking it.
good.
Yay!
Yay.
So,
Very good. Very
very
good.
good.
One step.
Yay!
Don't leave me hanging.
Sorry. So,
This is probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever done on the internet.
oh, you just wait. Right, so.
Wait, can I
What?
share this before we do more exercises? How do I
You-
share this? I can share this, right? Somehow.
You're gonna share
Or
it? Where are
not?
you gonna share
Invite friend.
it?
No, I can. Why can I not share this? Oh, okay. I don't. It's not an excuse. I really can't seem to share it.
You do
I'll
it
share it
afterwards.
afterwards.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
as I said before, I was a scientist in a chemistry degree, and I'm also from the northeast.
Quite
So
good.
there's some other versions of this the milkshake one. One is a really big one, which I don't think we'll be able to do today, just because the size is so huge.
Okay.
So we'll do the cocktail one, which is somebody from Newcastle, it's what I like too. So you have two little baby containers, like shot glasses.
Yeah.
Just how you're trying to orient myself, looking to the camera, and you go, oh, 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 oh,
Oh.
oh, oh.
Oh.
Very good, very good,
Very good.
yay!
Yay!
Very good,
Very good.
very good,
Very good.
yay!
We almost looked like we practiced that when we did it because we were beautifully in sync.
Perfect.
And Natasha says we what? Every way you will make so many people laugh. Yeah. Yeah, we will. We have to share this wide, far and wide for all the world to see. There's not enough laughter, and I actually feel really good now.
Yeah. Look, before I was
As you
scared,
said
but now
when you
actually.
first start, yeah, when you first start, you think like, oh my God, what am I doing? But now I'm actually feeling good. And my
Yeah.
face starts to hurt a little bit as well.
We do some face exercise if we do it for too long. And then yeah, so there's other things around the breathing techniques. She says a fringe. The breathing techniques around making sure that you're taking big deep breaths afterwards. Otherwise, I mean, what you will start to notice as well which is why I took my jumper off, as you start to laugh, and the more you laugh, the warmer you get,
Yeah.
because it is this aerobic exercise. And yeah, within a workshop or a session or whatever we do, you can do mobile phone laughter. So this is my smartphone. I recently did
Okay.
it at school, and I went, right, so I'll just take my phone, and they were like, I was like, this is what phones used to look like when I was at school. I said, you've
So
probably all got ones that look like this. Hello,
anymore.
hello.
So
And
like
I said,
that.
you can either, all like this, yeah. You can take your
Yeah.
phone,
Yeah. I like
whichever
this.
kind of phone you've got, and laugh into it. And so if you're walking down the street and you think, oh, I'm feeling a bit sad, I need to cheer myself up, you just get your phone out and you pretend somebody's on the end of it, and then you laugh.
Ah.
Very good,
Very good.
very good,
Very good. Yay!
very
Very
good,
good.
very
Very
good,
good. Yay!
yay!
But I imagine you mean the real phone when you're doing this.
But you can
You
do it
don't walk
either way.
down the street like this.
Why not?
Not sure that would make it any better.
Guaranteed though, if you do try and use your actual phone, it'll ring halfway through and people will be like, what was going on there? Was that like, was she actually on the phone or not on the phone? And then it rang and then she answered, and what's happening? But we do,
But
yeah.
we don't care what other people think anyway.
Yes.
We shouldn't. Cool. Have you got one more? I feel like I could do one more.
One more. Well, we can just do natural laughter. So this is the one that tends to freak people out. So they're just like, we're just going to laugh. And it's like, and I go, okay, why don't you try with try with silent laughter then?
Yeah.
When you do, if you've ever tried not to laugh in a serious situation, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The tears are
Yeah.
streaming down your face, and you're going.
I went to Pilates class once and someone farted. I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like a little schoolgirl. I felt so immature, but I couldn't stop. And then, in a Pilates class, and you have the relaxing music, and you're just trying, like,
And it is that the more you try and suppress it, the more it can come out. So it's the
yeah,
same thing. If you let your laughter come out, it
yeah.
just comes out, and you can go, right, I'm just going to laugh. And the sound of laughter is funny in itself, so then it just
Yeah,
makes you laugh even more.
and it is infectious, isn't it? Yeah,
Very good, very good,
yeah.
yay! Very good,
Very,
very good,
very.
yay! And with nicely big deep breaths.
And is laughter yoga something that's all over the UK? So if
Yeah,
someone up north or someone down south wanted to join in,
yeah, definitely.
they
It's
could.
the laughter movement is becoming bigger and bigger. It's a worldwide movement now, and pretty much in every country. Excuse me. There's laughter groups. In the UK, we have tons of them as well. There's a laughter group map. So if you look up laughter group in your area, you'll very
Yeah,
likely find somebody who's running one or close by. There's one in London. Um, I want to say it's on top of a hill in a park somewhere in central London, once a
mm.
month, and then at up in the northeast, by the Angel. Oh, you can't see. Angel of the North is they do a group once a month there as well, and some groups run weekly, monthly. Someone like me, I don't run a regular group. I just kind of run workshops or sessions when I get a few people interested who want to come along and have a tryout. And so it's oh, and then as well, there's Skype laughter, there's telephone laughter. So you can phone into a telephone conference or you can dial into a Skype group meeting. And so the idea is that every hour somewhere somebody's laughing. So
Yeah.
it's a huge movement, and it's such a great thing to do as well for yourself and for other people.
Yeah, yeah, it's just such a nice thing because you don't feel because sometimes when you go into an exercise class, you have those thoughts going through your head. Am I going to be good enough? Am I fit enough? Will the other people look at me and so on? But laughing is just like one of those basic human things to do, and we just compress ourselves too much most of the time. We're just like, no, just stick to myself, and yeah, so
Yeah.
it's lovely, and I have to say I feel absolutely great and really good now. I feel like I should do something now. I want to change the world.
You are changing the
Um,
world.
that's nice. And you mentioned you've got your own group. Is that a regular group?
So no,
Your own laugh?
I don't do a regular laughter group.
Mhm. Cool.
Um, as I say, I just if people are interested and they want to find out about it, I usually if I've got two or three people, maybe yeah, minimum of sort of two or three people. If people are up for it, then I'll run a session for them. Because
Cool.
sometimes it's something people just want to try once, and other times it's not. So you need to go. I have run regular groups in the past, and
Yeah.
it is funny. It is funny getting a big
Cool.
group of people together, and then it's that kind of momentum of taking it out into your own life, and You know, when I first started doing it, I was still commuting every day. And I literally decided that I wanted to make the motorway that I was driving on the happiest place in the universe, in the country. And so and it was the M25. So I drive around the M25 laughing as much as possible. So every time I got stuck in a traffic jam, I'd be like, oh, stuck in another traffic jam. And some days I wouldn't be feeling it, but you still do it. It gets easier.
Yeah. Cool. Well, if you're planning, or when you're planning your next laughter group, feel free to share it in the Happy Women Network, as I think we've got quite a few members here in beautiful Surrey. And yeah, I'm sure you would find one, two, three, four more attendees, because
That would be
I bet
brilliant.
everyone enjoyed this video a lot. I'm sure it's fun to watch. Cool. And if people wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do that? Where do they find you?
So I'm on Facebook as me and the Joy Scientist. I am. My website is thejoyscientist.co.uk, and oh, actually, that's quite cool. Just remembered in my head. I've got a happiness quiz. So on my website, on the front page, there's a happiness quiz, so you can answer. It's quite a few questions, but it's as you go through them, you'll start to figure out why. And then a little summary afterwards, explaining to you what areas you might want to look at, or what areas are highlighted as being very positive, or things to work on to make you more happy. And then that'll send an email through to me, and then or you can send direct from the website an email through to me and have a chat.
Cool. That sounds very good. Cool. So thank you very much, Andrea. I had a great time. I'm sure our members enjoyed it a lot as well. It was really, really nice to have you. And yes, if you have your next workshop planned, post them in the group, post it in the group. And yeah, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a fabulous evening or
You
afternoon, whatever
too.
time you're watching it.
Happy Monday for all of you that are watching it on a Monday. Cool. So have a good day.
Okay then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.